Hi guys! Welcome to episode 17 of Daisy Knits. We are sitting in the floor of my craft room. It is February 10th and I have spent the weekend at the Sock Bunny retreat. So I'm kind of having like post-retreat blues. And that might be the name of this episode right there. Post-retreat blues. So, come sit with me. I want to welcome any new viewers and thank all old viewers for coming back. It's kind of crazy. We are almost in our 20s. How insane is that? So exciting. So, I didn't get a whole lot done just because life has been busy this week. Traveling in crazy pants. Last Tuesday was my son's birthday. So, we had some stuff planned. Didn't quite go as planned, but that's okay. Wednesday, I flew down to Florida, and I was in Florida until Sunday, and came home and hit the ground running with life and co-op and kids, and so I'm sitting down today on Wednesday to try to do this recording. I will say I will do a recap of the Sock Bunny retreat, but that will be its own separate episode. I am not going to try to do that in here because this episode will be very, very long, and I know not everybody likes to hear about retreats. So I will do that as its own episode. So, let's get into this, shall we? I have an FO of the week. So 2 weeks ago, I was telling y'all, and I showed y'all this beautiful yarn from Diabolical. It's her colorways Hocus Pocus, I'm Not a Crocus. There we go. And it really was lovely to work with. Not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. However, it was a bit rough on my fingers. And I'm thinking, as a picker, I have the yarn that lays right here on my finger. Right there. And I could work on it for maybe 30 minutes and I would get the line. And it kind of ate my finger a little. Just a little. So I had to be very mindful of how long I worked on this. However, I have a pair of socks. I know I should have put my sock blockers up here, but I didn't, so we'll just roll with it today. Yes, there is an end. I did not weave it in. I will weave it in before I wash them the first time. I may wear it before I wash them. I'll weave it in, I promise. And so for this, I'm not sure if this is going to show. We'll see. I did just a slight textured pattern that I invented along the way. I might use this pattern again, to be honest. It was very easy. My brain very much liked it. It was like little candy potato chips for my brain. Potato chip knitting, as the Knitmores would say. It made it very easy also for me to count my leg, because I just counted my textured ribs. So it was very easy to count my legs to make my legs match up. I did a German short row heel. And I did a 2.25 needle for these guys. I didn't weigh it. I just know they're done. So, that's what I've finished. I did not bring everything up here. I just realized that. I started this color work hodgepodge cuff thing. And it's a hodgepodge. I won't even lie. It's downstairs. It's not going to be able to make it up the stairs today. It's going to have to hang out down there, and maybe I'll make some more progress on my hodgepodge. So the only other thing I really have to show you that I've been working on is a baby hat. Let me get this wild mess cleaned up a little bit here. I know that it's not the best hat I could have ever done. However, I'm pretty proud of this hat. As I said, I am a picker. I did this hat all by throwing. I used my other left hand. Whoop whoop. So proud of myself. I love baby hats to give to new moms or to moms-to-be because I've found that they really like them, especially when they're in the hospital and they have to wear all those little generic white hats with the lines. They're just not personal. Or my little hats are personal. So I knew that this will find a home with somebody. It's not my best knitting work by any means, but I'm really proud that I managed to do, not quite a finger's worth of knitting. Well, I guess a finger's worth, but not quite, my normal Knitting, all throwing. I'm much slower. However, my tensioning's starting to even out. And I'm getting there. I really am. The reason why I decided to try to start throwing is I need to do a colorwork mitt for my Master Knitter program. And I honestly have been scared of colorwork just because the whole two-handed tension thing. So I need practice on that. So I cast on this hat. That's what the colorwork, my cuff was for too. But my brain was having a really hard time with doing both hands at once. So I decided we'll break it down a little further and I'll practice just throwing with my hat. And then I'll come back and do some colorwork. I have some mitts. I have quite a few actually mitts in my Ravelry library that I would love to do. And I have the yarn downstairs. That might be something I cast on kind of as an incentive to keep going on this. So that might be a future project that y'all see next time. You know, we'll see here. See how it goes. So that's my future. Also, I am trying to do a pair of socks every month for the Just One More Row and the Caffeinated Gert podcasts. My socks I just finished, I started in January. I did not start them in February, which means I need to do another pair of socks for February, right? Go figure. So I will have a new pair of socks on the needles shortly, just because I want to do that. I feel that challenge. So that's fun. I'm checking my show notes to make sure I'm hitting all my points. So I've got finished objects, working objects, future objects. Spinning hasn't happened so much in the last week and a half. I just been hit the ground running and I haven't stopped right now. So I'll get back to it. I might be able to spin this afternoon, evening, depending on how my little monkeys downstairs do. I'm hoping that their craziness isn't coming up and catching the camera. Sock Bunny retreats, just for those of y'all who wanted the Sock Bunny retreat kit, those are still available until the end of the month. You can find the order link in my group, or you can find an order link in the Sock Bunny group. Either one of those. So, I have two more things. I'll do a quick health update, and then I have a lesson in life. Because I was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Cannot believe I did this. So I've showed you these socks before. They are the mostly cabled sock pattern that I designed out of a sock blank. Well, I wore them for the first time this weekend. And you know what I learned? There's a difference between a size 2.25 and a size 2.5 needle. Just a little bit for me personally. Let's see if I can show you. When you hold them up to each other, there's a little bit on both sides. This needle, I worked on my 2.25. This sock, I worked on my 2.5. I can't believe I did that. I have no idea how I managed to have a completely different set of needles. I don't know. I pulled it pretty. So they're done. I'm not frogging it. I can feel a difference when I wear them a little bit. I don't care. But my lesson in life for everybody else is check your needle size just in case. Also, I thought I'd share that. Honestly, things happen in knitting. And it's okay. Some days we all have pretties. Even sock knitters have pretty days where you just do something so outlandishly gorgeous. Yeah, right there. All right, and my last little bit is a 1-minute health update. I've had several people reach out and ask what's going on, asking if I'm okay. I am okay. I have a lot of internal disturbances. I was diagnosed with IBS 14 years ago. Things have stepped sideways and I've gotten a lot worse over the last year. And so we're trying to figure out why. There's some question whether or not I have the right diagnosis, whether or not there's something else going on. I've been doing a lot of testing with that. I have more testing coming up. We know it's not Crohn's. So I mean, I'm happy that it's not Crohn's because that's a pretty serious thing going on. but we don't know anything else past that at this point. So I don't want this podcast to kind of get sucked into the medical world of, oh, woe is me. I'm not whining. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. My body's failing sometimes, and I can't do as much as I want. So I don't want that to bleed into this. But at the same time, I have had people ask me, and I want to share. Life sucks sometimes. But I put on my big girl panties today, and I'm going to enjoy it for everything I can. This weekend, I was humbled and broken a few times. They're having me try some meds to see if it would help, and I learned that I couldn't walk to the airport on my own. That really broke me, and it hit me pretty hard. On the flip side, you know, it's okay to have help, and it's okay to take the help when you need it. So, like I said, I'm not whining, I'm not complaining. It's not woe is me by any means. I'm fairly healthy overall. I'm standing, I'm up and going. Things are okay. But there are some things going on. We're trying to get some answers and to get better. So I wanted to give y'all a quick kind of little update of what is going on. I've had several people ask, and I have more testing at the end of the month that we're hopefully going to get an answer for. Who knows at this point? But I don't want to end on a sad note, but I feel like I'm fixing to, you know? So, like I said, I think I said at the very beginning of the episode, I have a lot of sock bunny stuff over here from the retreat. I'm going to do a separate episode on that, and you can check that out. I will sit down and probably record that tomorrow. Try to do one today and one tomorrow. I'm going to hop off of here and start doing all that fun editing stuff and prepping all of this. Otherwise, I will see y'all in a week. Have a good one. See ya.